What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to Let's Play 999. In the last episode, we met a new friend who met an unfortunate fate, and we're trying to investigate what's going on with this captain's quarters room, and Clover was taken aback by our description of the death scene for her older brother Snake, and we're about to figure out why she's so curious about his left arm for some reason. So, let's hop into it.
それが開放骨折を起こしてたっていうの?
And he had a broken bone, right?
お前は一体何を?
What the heck are you getting at here?
いいから答えて早く!
Just shut up and answer me. She shoved her face closer to his. He could see the fire in her eyes. Junpei winced and swallowed.
その通りだよ。
Yeah, he did.
肉を突き破るようにして白い骨が。
It was pretty bad, too. The bone was sticking out of the arm. No sooner were the words out of his mouth than Clover's expression changed.
四つ葉?
Clover? What's the deal here, Clover?
どうした?
What's wrong?
もし何か気に障るようなことを言ってしまったなら。
Look, I'm sorry if I said anything. Suddenly, she was crying. Junpei wasn't sure what to do. I wouldn't be sure what to do myself.
ありがとう.
Thank you. It was close to the last thing he had expected to hear. Yeah, that's certainly what I would not be expecting. Huh? What are you... Junpei had no idea what had just happened. He didn't think he'd done anything worthy of thanks, and he couldn't understand why she would have chosen that moment to begin crying. So he simply stood there, confused.
ありがとう. Junpei.
Thank you so much, Junpei. I'm so confused. There's obviously a reason here, and we probably don't have the information to go off of, but if I were to guess... I don't know, maybe the broken bone is an indicator that he fought back or something like that, and that maybe Snake had the courage to do so, and Clover was proud of him for that, or... I don't know. She thanked him again, and then something even stranger happened. What? Clover threw herself into Junpei's surprised arms. Ship? Question mark?
おい、どうしたんだよ、いきなり。
Hey, what's going on with you? Or was it maybe like she finally knows how Snake died or who killed him because of that left arm clue, and she's glad that she now can rest easy knowing who the killers are? Or I don't know. But this music, this visual, the visual is really solid.
ごめん. 嬉しくて.
I'm sorry, it's just, I'm so happy.
何が?
Why? Junpei's like, hold on a second, I was just accidentally talking in more detail than intended about your older brother's death, and you were very, I guess, aggressive about confirming one of the facts regarding said details, then thanked me, and then are crying and hugging me. And of course, I mean, they can't hear it, but how funny would it be if Junpei could hear this music in the background and was like, what is going on?
あのシャワー室の死体、お兄ちゃんじゃなかったんだ.
The body in the shower room, it isn't his. It isn't my brother. What? What? Does, like, Snake not have a left arm or something? Huh?
だからお兄ちゃんじゃなかったんだよ.
It's not Snake.
どうしてそうだと?
Why on earth would you think that?
だってお兄ちゃんの左腕は
Because his left arm is... She stopped herself.
ごめん.
I'm sorry.
こういうの私の口から言うようなことじゃないから.
I really shouldn't be talking about this. Junpei decided it would be prudent not to press her for any more information, but that is a huge deduction. That is really important information. If you can't justify it, I mean, that's something that you really want people to believe you for. So even if it's relatively private information at this point in time, it's probably fitting to reveal it. If she did not wish to tell him, she certainly had a reason for doing so. Perhaps more importantly, however, if Clover was so certain, then she was likely right. Yeah, I do agree with that sentiment. But even then, you're still going off of her acting, her performance, and you're trusting that, right? Which may or may not be the case. I'm trying to think what could have been up with his left arm. I feel like it would have either been missing, but I feel like we've seen it. Or maybe it was like a prosthetic of some sort. Maybe... I don't know. Maybe he had broken it before or something and was missing part of the bone. I'm trying to think of like an arm injury that would make it so that you couldn't have a broken bone on your left arm. All I can think of is something that would lead to an amputation with a prosthetic. That meant that the body in the shower room wasn't Snake. And then that opens up a whole nother flurry of questions to ask, right? So if that body in the shower room wasn't Snake, whose was it? First of all. Second of all, why was it posed to be Snake's? Third of all, who was behind all of that? And four, what are they doing now? And where is Snake? It wasn't much, but that knowledge lifted some of the weight from Junpei's heart. That's just Clover getting away from you, realizing that she's infringing upon Jun's territory. But
お兄ちゃんはきっとどこかで生きてるんだ。
he's still alive.
そのことが私嬉しくて。
I'm so happy. However, doesn't this kind of undermine all of the deduction we've done thus far to determine who Zero is? Right, we've been working under the assumption that Snake was killed by people that could have gone through the door with Snake. But for all we know, that's not Snake, so somebody else could have gone through the door with some other bracelet or something else, right? So that definitely complicates that matter. Tears shone in her eyes. Those tears melted Junpei's heart. As she cried, she had pushed herself up against his chest, like a child. Junpei put his arms around her and held her tight.
よかった。本当によかった。
I'm so glad. This is a very moving moment.
順平の言った通りだったよ。
Junpei, you were right.
いつでもどんな時でも希望を捨てちゃいけない。
No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. Oh, good old Spike Chunsoft.
大切なのは信じること。そして愛することだ。
And you have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love.
この3つが揃った時、初めて幸運が訪れる。
If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. Clover reached into her pocket and pulled something out. Is that bookmark?
それは
It was a laminated bookmark with a 4-leaf clover. Wow, so this is why that decision was important.
私これがあったから頑張ってこれた。
Did we... Guys, did we pick the clover route? Is that what we've just done? I only made it here because you gave me
本
this.
当は絶望と不信と憎しみでいっぱいだったけど、
I was suspicious of everybody, and I was angry and miserable.
この四つ葉のクローバーがあったから、
But because I had this 4-leaf clover,
平の言葉を聞いてたから、
because of what you said to me,
これ
I...
は
Oh man, the ship is real, guys. Yeah. Junpei hadn't thought his words would have had such an impact on her, such an effect on her. Her words were making him feel a little awkward.
ありがとう、順平。
Thank you so much, Junpei. She looked up at him. Uh-oh. He scratched his nose and pretended to notice something interesting somewhere else in the room.
礼だったらサンタに言ってくれよ。
If you really want to thank somebody, you should be thanking
サン
Santa.
タにどうして
Wait, Junpei. Santa, why?
その四つ葉のクローバー、実はサンタからもらったものなんだ。
Well, he was the one who gave me that thing.
4つのリーフワードも サンタから教えてもらったもので。
Oh, Junpei, this is not the type of thing you say, right? You've just heard how important those words were, how important this bookmark was to Clover, and how important it was that they came from you. And you're completely undermining all of it. And the words for each leaf, I got that from him too. Understandable awkward silence. Then suddenly, Clover broke away from Junpei.
Eh?
Huh? He looked confused. He hadn't thought she'd react that poorly. Clover began to pace across the room. This is like she suddenly snapped to or something like that and felt bad about getting so close to Junpei, or 6 steps to the left, 6 steps to the right, another 6 to the left, and then she stopped.
ねえ、それって本当にサンタから聞いたの？
Did Santa really tell you those things? Her eyes were serious, but not angry.
あ、そうだけど。
Yeah, he did.
なんか俺、まずいこと言ったかな。
Did I, say something wrong?
まずくない。
Oh,
全
no.
然まずくなんかない。
Not at all.
むしろ、私とお兄ちゃんにとっては朗報だと思う。多分ね。
In fact, this could be really good news. I think.
多分？
You think?
サンタは四つ葉のクローバーのリーフワードを知ってた。
Santa knew about the words and the clover.
知ってたってことは多分、仲間だと思うの。
Huh? The only people who should know about that are the other subjects. The other subjects? Of what? I guess something else worth noting is that the word she used, nakama, is more mean for like friend or like companion. So this is definitely like an insider mentality.
仲間って？
Subjects?
私やお兄ちゃんと同じで、9年前の実験の
The other people,
被験者だったってこと。
huh? The other people who were in the experiment 9 years ago with my brother and me?
だけど、お
What
兄
is
ちゃん
going
は
on?
目が見えないでしょ。
But he's
そ
blind.
れに私は、ネバダの実験棟の方のメンバーだったし。
And I was part of the Nevada test group.
だから、私もお兄ちゃんも、船の方のメンバーの顔は知らなくて。
So neither of us would be able to recognize the faces of the people who were on this boat. Of the people who were on this boat. Is this where the experiment was held? Huh?
ちょっとタイムだ。
Yeah, no kidding. Whoa. Time out. Junpei held up his hands. He took a deep breath and let it
と
out.
にかく落ち着こう。な？
Let's just calm down for a second, okay? And even then, why is it important that Santa was in this group?
1から順番に聞かせてくれ。
Start from the top.
100から始めるな。突然50に飛んだりしないでくれ。
Don't start with the end and then jump to the middle.
1からだ。1から順番に2、3、4、5と積み上げていこう。
You gotta start with 1 and then move to 2 and 3 and 4 and so on.
そうしないと何が何だかさっぱりわからないから。
If you don't tell me stuff in the right order, I'm never gonna be able to figure it out. Okay, I'm all ears, Clover. Clover nodded.
それじゃまずは実験のことについて聞こう。
Alright, let's start with this experiment.
9年前、この船で何が行われたんだ？
What happened on this boat 9 years
携
ago?
帯形成場仮説って。
Oh my lord. Do you know about morphogenetic fields? Oh, yes we do. Yes we do,
体
Clover.
形成場。
Morphogenetic fields? He did, and the realization sent chills down Junpei's spine.
じゃあこう言ったら分かってもらえるかしら？
Yep. Learned about it from Lotus. Alright, how
テレ
about
パ
this?
シーのメカニズムに関する仮説。
Theory of the telepathic
確
mechanism.
か、ヤシロがそんなことを言っていた。
Mm-hmm. I think Lotus mentioned something like that. Junpei recounted what Lotus had told him earlier. Clover nodded.
テレパシーか。
Telepathy, huh?
ちょっと違うんだけど。まあ、似たようなもんかな。
Well, that's not really it, but I suppose it's similar.
そのテレパシーの実験がこの船で行われたのか。
So they were testing telepathy on this ship?
そう。
Yeah, I guess so.
具体的にはどんな風に？
So, what exactly did they have you guys do? Yeah, what did the experiment actually look
今
like?
と同じだよ。
Huh?
今と全く同じことが行われたの。
The same thing that we're doing now? Exactly the same thing? Hold up a second. Let's be real. So there have been at least 3 people in this nonary game right now. 3 people that did the exact same thing 9 years ago as part of an experiment. And it has yet to be mentioned? How is that the case?
同じって？
What?
ノナリーゲームのこと。
The nonary game.
この船とネバダの実験棟でそれぞれ9人ずつに分かれてゲームが。
9 people were put on this boat, and 9 others were put in the building in Nevada, and the game started. So, 2 separate nonary games. Interesting. Junpei grabbed the sides of his head.
すまん。全く意味がわからないんだが。
This is something just like a, every 9-year event that goes on illegally somehow. Look, I'm sorry, but I don't get it.
ノナリーゲームとテレパシーの実験。
What do the nonary game and some telepathy experiment have to do with each other?
この2つにどんな関係があるっていうんだ？
Am I missing something here? Clover bit her lip. She blinked back sudden tears. What had happened to her in
携
Nevada?
帯形成場にアクセスする能力は2つの要素によって増強されるの。
The ability to access the morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things.
一つはひらめき、もう一つは危機。
The first is epiphany, and the other is danger.
何か難問にぶつかった時、悩んで悩み抜いた末にふっと何気なく解放が見つかる瞬間ってあるでしょ？
You know how sometimes when you're up against a really tough problem and then the answer just kind of pops up in your head?
要するにひらめき。
That's an epiphany.
そのひらめきによって得られた情報がテレパシーとしては一番伝わりやすいんだ。
And what you learn from the epiphany can be transmitted with telepathy. Yeah, that's not true, but you know what? In-game universe, okay,
それに
okay.
危機が加わるとさらに情報は伝わりやすくなるの。
When you add danger to that equation, then it gets easier to transmit that information over telepathy. I see. So you create a situation in which you are constantly having epiphanies as you're figuring things out in an incredibly dangerous situation. I see.
もしかしてその危機を与えるためにノナリーゲームが使われたと？
So you're saying the nonary game was supposed to introduce that element of danger?
それもちょっとやそっとの危機じゃなくて
Yeah, but it couldn't be just any old danger.
本当に死ぬか生きるかの瀬戸際のところまで追い詰められて
It had to be life and death.
それで
And
実際に一人亡くなっちゃったの。
someone
女
did
の子が
actually die. A girl. How do you get, drawn into one of these experiments? Junpei felt the sudden grip of despair on his heart. Something deep and distant and powerful squeezed, and for a moment he felt very, very empty and alone.
その子はお兄ちゃんと同じで船の方のチームにいて
She was on the boat, with my brother.
でも私はさっきも言ったけどネバダの方にいたから
I was in
だ
Nevada.
から私はその子に会ったことはないんだけど
I never met her, but
ただ名前だけは分かってて
I did hear her name.
その子の名前は
Oh boy.
名前は
Murasaki.
確か
Her name was, of course. The sound of the door opening was like a gunshot. Of course we can't continue the conversation. Typical. Ace, what are you doing? Junpei spun around.
おっと、どうやらまたしても取り込み中だったようだね。
Yeah, no kidding. Get back over there, Ace. Oh, my apologies. I seem to have disturbed you.
一味よ。
Ace?
それにしても君たちの心臓は大したものだな。
You two must have strong stomachs.
よくこんな部屋に長時間とどまっていられるね。
I can't imagine how you could stay in this room for so long. Ace glanced down at the floor. Yep, there's still a dead person. At the corpse, covered in blood.
とにかく、淳平君、そろそろこっちの方も手伝ってもらえないかな。
At any rate, Junpei, would you be so kind as to come and help me with something?
捜索に行き詰まっててね、力を貸してほしいんだ。
Oh, dogs, please. I'm having a little trouble, and I could really use your assistance.
さあ、来てくれ。
Come on, it'll only take a moment. With that, he turned and walked back toward the communications office. Clover waited until he was out of sight, then spoke in a small, quiet voice.
一宮に聞かれたくないの。話の続きはまた後で。
I don't want Ace to hear us. We can talk about this later.
おい、ちょっと待てよ。
Huh? Hey, wait. At the very least, she still trusts him, despite all of the incorrect responses Junpei has had over the past 10 minutes or so of gameplay. Clover doesn't seem too taken aback. Clover ignored him. From outside, Junpei could hear Ace calling.
おい、淳平君、何をしてるんだ、早くしてくれ。
Junpei, what are you doing in there? Hurry up. Understandably frustrated. Grumbling to himself, Junpei stomped off toward the communications office. Looks like we're, back in investigation mode? Are we not chatting with Ace, or what? Junpei, what are you doing? We've searched the wheelhouse from top to bottom. There's no reason to go back. In fact, don't you think it would be wise to investigate the captain's quarters? I think we ought to check both rooms, don't you? Haven't I already taken a good look at everything? Look, the hook. That wasn't a joke. I know, man. I think we've done... Hey, Ace, look! It's a model of a steam train. How on earth did you arrive at that conclusion? That's pretty funny. I guess I can see it. Hey, Ace, look! It's a monkey with glasses. How on earth did you arrive at that conclusion? This is pretty funny. It's a telegraph key, a machine for transmitting Morse code. I tried sending an SOS earlier, but I doubt that did anything. Zero would never make it that easy. So you think it's broken? No, it works. I'm just not sure if it actually transmits anything outside of the ship. Interesting. So we may need to use that at some point. I think we're good here, though. What about in the drawer? What about this cord, too? This is a really long cable. The tip is hooked onto one of the desk drawers. Intriguing. What about the headphones? There's a pair of headphones on the desk. Cool. It looks as though that drawer is the only thing that's locked. I don't see a keyhole, though. An electric lock, perhaps? Take a look at the left side of the drawer. Yeah, there's some cables over there. That must mean... an early telecommunications device, most likely used to transmit a radio signal of some sort. I experimented with it earlier, but to no avail. I imagine it's broken. So we maybe need to fix this so that we can transmit the appropriate signal to the lock to open the drawer? That's all I can think of, at least. Hey, what is this? It's blank. There's nothing written on it. I'm sure if we were to use it with this thing or something else, we'll get a pattern or note that will reveal to us what we need to transmit. A chair. Cool. So I think we're pretty good in that regard. Can I use the paper with this? To be honest, I have no idea what this thing really is. It's probably some kind of radio transmitter. How do I... is it right click? Nope. Oh, is right click back? I had no idea. Oh, that's pretty neat. So, the music box... let's take a look at our items again real quick. There's something in here. I think we need to take it apart, right? Music box. Would you wind it for us, Junpei? Sounds rather odd. Yeah, there's this like almost dubstep in the background. What's this? The pins on the cylinder look rather strange. In fact, these don't look like pins at all. Looks to be some sort of board. We'll need to dismantle it to get a better look. Okay, and can we search this at all? White piece of paper. It's blank. Can we combine it with this? No? Okay. Not too surprised there, but... so we got a lamp, just a normal light. Well, it won't turn on, so maybe not that normal. Alright, I think we're good with this general direction. What about the clock? Window? Nope. We'll check over here. It's an old telegraph machine. Nothing suspicious here. It's an old telegraph machine. I'll be honest, I have no idea how it works. And what do we have here? Small screwdrivers. Ah, nice. Can we open it? A set of small screwdrivers. Perhaps we can use them to dismantle small devices. I love that, like, they use the exact same word, right? Dismantle. It's not even trying to, oh, we can, like, open up old devices or something like that. We can dismantle the device that we need to dismantle, as per, you know, the other search. Alright, the screwdriver ought to make short work of this music box. So we got a cylinder here. So given the dots and dashes, this is clearly indicating Morse code. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to maybe, like, dip it in ink or even just roll it along the paper. Really? Okay. Looks to be a cylinder for a music box. There are a number of pins in some pieces of metal that look rather like fans attached to it. Fans? That's kind of confusing. Let's check the drawers. What do we have here? Ink. There we go. Clearly labeled ink. Let's combine this with the ink. I guess I'll put the ink on the cylinder. Dirty cylinder. Not inked up cylinder, not marked cylinder. It's the dirty cylinder now. I don't know why I said that, but now I just gotta roll the cylinder across a piece of paper, and if I'm right, the ink should Morse code chart. I love it. It's not like paper with markings or paper with dots and dashes. It is the Morse code paper. Alright, anything else in the drawer? No. So now that we have the Morse code chart, we should be able to work with this little guy here. Alright, I've got the Morse code I'm supposed to enter. If I do this right, something will happen. I hope. Alright, let's give this a shot. So, how do I even do it? What am I doing here? Hey, Junpei, what's the matter? You can do better than that. My hand slipped. I'll get it right next time. How do I even input it? No, I don't. You operate it by pressing this button. The dot, which is read as DIT, is the result of a light tap on the button. The dash, which is read as DA, is what you will get if you hold the button down. Alright, so I press it once quickly for a dot, and I hold it down for a dash. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. I was like, what do I even do? Okay, so dot, 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 dash, dash. Oh, okay. This is pretty neat. That was pretty cool. Never done Morse code before, so I don't really even know what message I transmitted. I bet there's probably some hidden message in what that actually means. That if you know Morse code or have some means to look it up, you can probably find it's like an Easter egg of some sort. Yeah. All right, that's the last one, and yes. Excellent work, Junpei. Good job. You seem to have figured it out. You unlocked the drawer. No way. Okay. So here we go. What do we find? What was that underneath? A red file lay in the drawer. Junpei reached down and picked it up. No way. It's a story about a plumber and his adventure through the 1,000-year door. I don't know why, but obviously it's missing the power star on the front, but it reminds me of the book that opens up that game. Looks like something's on the cover. All Ice / Alice. Ah, this forever frozen body. All Ice. Alice. Does this mean? Dun-dun. Junpei couldn't hold back. He had to know what was in that file. The nice Egyptian hieroglyphs that associated, or that, you know, came with her body or something. Each page was covered with strange characters. They looked like tiny drawings of birds, snakes, insects, horned animals, wings, and even kneeling humans. There were many pages in the file, and each was full of these strange symbols. What the heck is this? He didn't realize he'd spoken out loud until Ace looked over at him.
ヒエログリフだな。古代エジプトの文字だよ。
They are hieroglyphs, a form of writing used in ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt?
そうだ。
That's right. Can you read them?
ああ、もちろん。
What? Why can you read these, Ace? Of course.
読めるわけないだろ、そんなもの。
Gotcha. I can't. What would make you think I could? What the heck? I appreciate that humor, Ace. Junpei flipped through a few more pages. It wasn't just 1 or 2 pages that were covered in the strange symbols. Every single page was covered in them.
これ全部がそうなのかよ。
Whoa, the whole thing's like that. Trying to read them was pointless. Junpei wasn't going to waste any more time with them. You don't have a, handy-dandy pocket Rosetta Stone or something? He made to close the file, and something fell out.
何か落ちたの？
Huh? What's this? He bent down and picked it up.
カードキー？
Ooh, which,
別に挟まってたのか。
I don't know, I don't remember what symbol that is, but it says bottom deck library. Oh, a key card. There was a symbol on it that reminded Junpei of the symbols for the Saturn and Mercury key cards. This one, however, had a dot in the center of the male symbol.
ウラヌス。天王星のマークだな。
Uranus. That's the Uranus symbol. Junpei looked over to see Ace examining the card. Oh, and I guess preemptively cue all the Uranus jokes. Ha 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 ha. In addition to the Uranus symbol, there were 3 words engraved on the card as well.
右下のところに何か書いてあるな。
Something's written on the bottom.
ボトムデッキライブラリー。ボトムデッキの図書室の鍵ってことか。
Bottom deck library. This must be the key to the library then. Excellent deduction there, Junpei.
どうやらそのようだな。
So it would seem.
ボトムデッキ。図書室。
Bottom deck library. Ah, Junpei remembered something he'd heard from Seven when they'd been in the chemical closet.
確か薬品庫でセブンが。
Seven said something like,
ギガントのへその下、知識の森を抜けた小部屋にアリスは眠っている。
Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge beneath the navel of the gigantic.
もしかしてへその下ってのはボトムデッキのことで知識の森ってのは。
That's absolutely what it means. Absolutely what it means, Junpei. I like how they do his voice in these internal thoughts. Could beneath the navel mean the bottom deck? And the forest of knowledge is the library?
その図書室を通り抜けた先にアリスが。
Then could Alice be in a room somewhere beyond the library? You're gonna access it with that key
何やら
card.
考え事をしているみたいだが。
What's wrong? Something on your mind? Junpei blinked. Only then did he notice Ace looking at him. Curiosity and concern written across his face in equal parts.
ちょっとな。気になることを思い出したんだ。
Yeah, I just remembered something.
よかったら話してみてくれないか。
Is that so? What about?
まあいいけど。笑うなよ。
Well, don't laugh, okay? There was no reason for Junpei to hide his thoughts. He began to explain his theory to Ace. Then he stopped. It wouldn't make any sense if Ace didn't know who Alice was supposed to be. So he told Ace everything June had told him. That's a long conversation.
エジプトの王女のミイラにアイスナイン。
Ooh, I'm digging the music. The Egyptian priestess
話だね。
and Ice 9. Interesting.
そのタイタニックの事故現場海域から回収された常温でも溶けない凍りついたままの少女は
And the woman who wouldn't melt, who was recovered from the Titanic
オールア
disaster.
イスアリスと呼ばれていたらしい。
They called her All Ice, which eventually turned into Alice.
それを買い取ったのがゴルダイン教というイギリスの大富豪らしいんだが
And she was purchased by an English millionaire who called himself Lord Gordain.
セブン曰くその大金持ちがこの船のどこかにアリスを隠したって話だ。
According to Seven, this ship is where he hid Alice.
そしてその隠し場所がボトムデッキにある図書室の先の小部屋じゃないかと。
And you think that he hid her in a small room beyond the library on the bottom deck?
まあただの推測ではあるけどな。
Yeah, well, I mean, it is just a theory. I had to hold back a okay theory sort of joke there. Ace stared off into the distance, his hand slowly and absentmindedly stroking his beard. After a few moments, his hand stopped. He turned slowly to look at Junpei, and his brows drew together.
なあ、淳平君。キャスレイトという言葉聞いたことがないかね。
Junpei, have you ever heard of the term CAS? Oh boy, now we're gonna get introduced to another piece of the puzzle of this supernatural, weird ice and connecting it to these morphogenetic fields and everything. Honestly, I think we're gonna find out about this CAS system in the next episode. I know this one hasn't been a super long episode, but I can already tell we're about to get into a whole load of an explanation regarding something else we have yet to have heard of completely, and I'm not ready for it at the moment, so we'll have to put it off until the next one. Overall, I liked the puzzle in this room. I think the idea of using Morse code and all that was pretty cool, though the solution was really straightforward. I think more so than anything, I liked the moment with Clover. Just, you know, get a little bit of ship going on the ship, and a little bit of competition for Murasaki or June. So that was pretty interesting. And I think story-wise, the revelation that Snake isn't dead and that was someone else's body really opens up a lot of doors that I want to explore. So that's probably what I'm most curious to find out more. I'm admittedly feeling a little conflicted about the game at this point in time, so I'll level with you guys and say that I haven't been super motivated to record this, and I've been playing a lot of other games lately that you'll definitely see on the channel. But and so don't tell me anything about the future of the game. I will complete the game and continue and everything. But I do want to level if some of you guys are getting frustrated with infrequent uploads or potentially late uploads. I feel like sometimes I'm just not really in the mood, and I haven't felt completely gripped by the story just yet. So who knows, maybe that'll change. I'm optimistic going forward, seeing how many of you guys love this game. I do think it is solid and will continue to grow despite getting probably close to the end of the game. Maybe that's when it'll become, you know, when it'll shine its best, and that's what I'm really hoping for. But just wanted to level with you guys so we're on the same page. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next episode. But until the next episode, this is Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.